So let's move on to Cuco Martina now, right back from the Curacao from the Caribbean islands. Nick, what do you make of his season?
Strange in the fact that he was signed to flesh out the squad with the prospect of a long Europa League campaign. You know, he was brought in, I think, initially as a central defender, but who could play at right back. So he was there to cover. We'd signed Suarez at right back, so he was just there to make up the numbers till we signed Virgil van Dijk, I felt. Now, it's I think pertinent to mention that after we signed Virgil van Dijk and got Ryan Bertrand back and got that, he never played a game between mid-September and Boxing Day. So for 3 months, he was just not used at all. And at times, he couldn't even make the bench. And I thought at Christmas that perhaps he'd be let go in the January transfer window because he's only on a 2-year contract. He came and played against Arsenal, scored a wonder goal, and I think, you know, that was great, but one goal doesn't make a season. And I think after that, the following game at West Ham, he was at fault for one of the goals where he just got caught dreaming and should have headed a ball out, didn't, and headed it in the path of Antonio. He was out again. After that, he was out again for another two months of the season. Never played, never came on. Suarez was doing well. Then all of a sudden, Suarez has dropped and he's back in the side. Now, for me, he hasn't got the positional sense of Suarez, and he kept on going forward and getting called out. People forget sometimes Liverpool at home, they went 2-0 up quite simply, and every time he was caught out of position on those goals. He improved in the last 4 games of the season. We won 4 times or whatever in the last 4 games, and he played well. And he played well in that. In those games, I'd say he was a 7 out of 10 in those games. He was steady, didn't give anything away, and he got forward well. Although, as you say, he couldn't cross the road, as they say. So those last 4 games, 7 out of 10. For the rest of the season, 6 out of 10, if only for he was a good backup.
So, Clive, what do you remember of his wonder strike against Arsenal on Boxing Day and the rest of the performances of this season?
Yeah, what a goal, tremendous. That kind of brought him back into our eyes, didn't it? Because we'd forgotten all about him. He hadn't featured. And when I remember the fans that night when he got in the team sheet and everyone's saying put your house on Arsenal to win.
I certainly doubted him before the game too.
Yeah, and there you go. And then he comes out with that wonder strike, and that gave him confidence. I think when you compare the two players, technically, I think that Cuco is physically slightly stronger than Cedric. I think Cedric's a more classy player in that whenever he gets possession, you're going to retain possession. But Cuco gets forward quicker. He's got a little bit more pace. Maybe defensively, he can recover. When he's in the wrong position, he can recover perhaps a bit. I think that's probably why Ronald's alternated them, because they've got different attributes. And he likes to push them. And I guess, well, Cuco has surprised me, because early season, I just thought, you know, Coco Latte, not whatever his name is. What was it? Coco.
I'm not sure.
Load of C's, more C's than there are in Portsmouth. But yeah, it was. He's really impressed me. With his team spirit as well. He's got a spirit. He's got a lot of fight in him, and I like that. I really like that. So I'd give him a 7.
Well, there you have it, guys. Let us know in the comments below. What do you remember of his wonder strike against Arsenal on Boxing Day? And what do you give him out of 10? Is he your first choice at right back over Cedric? Subscribe for more. Now's your chance to win yourself a very own Ugly Inside t-shirt, Northern Soul, or a Red and White Machine t-shirt. All you've got to do is make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and just leave us a comment in any single video, and we'll pick out one of our favourites in a couple of weeks' time.